Check. Yes, we have a device connected. All right. Hola, chicos. So, in my last video, which is no longer publicly available, I talked about how snowmaking is wrapping up and how I had assumed I would be going into lift operations, but they're fully staffed. They don't need anybody. So I've been looking around for other departments to transfer to, and nobody's gotten back to me. And then a longtime friend, like somebody I've known since junior high school, but who I guess I didn't really hang out with much until high school, he offered me the opportunity to come house sit and cat sit for him in Santa Fe, New Mexico for about 3 weeks. So I booked a flight. I'm leaving next Thursday at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I'll be spending Wednesday in a hotel with airport shuttle service down in Reno. So I'm done. That's it. So making is, I mean, I'm going in tonight. Last night, oh, frack. I worked the 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, 9 hours of being there, you know, on the job site, and maybe 1 hour's worth of work to do. Boring as fuck. Even though, you know, I had my phone, I had the internet, time goes so much faster when there's something to do. And it's an unpopular opinion with the younger folk. I don't, you know, not the younger folk generally, the younger folk in my department. They are happy to sit around and stare at their phone. I'd say I don't get it. I do get it. I mean, they're just, you know, they're conditioned to experience life through that little screen. And I'm, you know, I'm getting there. I'm certainly getting there. So snowmaking is over. Was it fun? Aspects of it were fun. It's certainly eye-opening, certainly informative. I never really did get to experience, you know, the employee culture at the resort generally, just in my little department, which is halfway up the mountain, which is, you know, kind of sequestered. And I'm freshly shaved, as you can probably see. But that's an unusual sight in snowmaking. It's funny, I go down to the village and I see other employees, and it's like they get up in the morning and they take a shower and they do their hair, and if they're women, they put on makeup. And man, the snowmaking crew is grizzled. They are hard looking. But I'm pretty sure I'm going back next year. I said this in the other video, I think, and I said it in an email to my boss. I sent him an email this morning telling him I'm done next Tuesday, no, Monday, Tuesday, you know, because we start work at 10. So, you know, our shifts they cross 2 days. Monday, Tuesday will be my last shift. And he wrote back, he's very gracious. He says, I'm welcome back next year. And I've said this to you, I said this to him. It seemed like snowmaking ended just as I was getting a handle on it. Just as I was figuring out, you know, what I was actually supposed to be doing, it was over. So I want to go back. I want another shot at the really hectic, you know, get as much snow on the ground as we can, get this resort open as soon as possible weeks, because those were intense weeks. And I was confused because I was new to it. I was also confused because I was not used to the altitude, and I was, you know, probably oxygen starved up there and getting, you know, disoriented. And now I'm adjusted and I know what's what, you know, to some degree. I'm not claiming to be any sort of snowmaking god. And I'd like to, you know, take another bite at that apple. So next year, and then hopefully arrange a better living situation, and hopefully in advance, you know, well in advance this time, talk to the head of some other department and arrange to have a place waiting for me when snowmaking ends. But right now, I mean, snowmaking is essentially done. Mother Nature has stepped in and just dumped a huge load of snow, even down here, you know, at the lake level, but certainly way up at the mountain. It's piling up. You know, we're walking through these shoveled out corridors amidst very tall snowbanks around where we work. And we did actually make some snow last night. But really, I'm more of a snow shoveler than a snow maker these days, which is fine. My back loves it. Speaking of my back, heard it, God, it's almost a month ago now. And, it's gone through various stages, but right now it mostly bothers me when I'm sleeping. But I have not been taking any sort of pain meds during the day or, during the work shift, which is now over the course of the night. But anyway, I'm going to be in Santa Fe, New Mexico by myself with a couple of cats, I think, for the next 3 weeks. And my intention is to buckle down and study the Spanish real hard and also get a lot of media out to you, particularly podcasts. I know I have not kept up my end of the podcast bargain for the C-Realm Vault subscribers since I've been here. And I'm going to make up for lost time. You're going to get a lot of podcast content from me in the coming weeks, you Vault subscribers. And I'm going to try to get some free ones out too, to the big room. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm staying very loosely attached to whatever plans I form. But the goal for the year, I guess, is still get to Mexico, spend some time there, start speaking Spanish rather than just listening to it, reading it, and repeating back things. Actually using the language. I need to step over that threshold. All right, friends, if you have questions, suggestions, greetings, observations, requests for future content, hit me up. Ed asked me to watch and review the Star Wars series on Disney Plus called Andor. I've watched it. I loved it. It's amazing. So many other people have done videos on it, and I've watched so many videos about it. I would just be repeating and bastardizing other people's observations. If I were to say anything more than, wow, really loved it. Loved the tone. Loved the focus on really polished, excellent dialogue. I loved the visual reinterpretation of Coruscant. It looks much more realistic, much more believable, in Andor than it did in the prequel trilogy. But I don't know. I just loved it. More of that, please. Which isn't to say I won't watch, The Mandalorian and Ahsoka when those series premiere, hopefully in 2023. Not premiere for The Mandalorian. It'll be season 3 premiere. And I think it's coming up in like February. So I could be wrong about that. Anyway, there was a time in my life, I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes, so we've got 2 left. There was a time in my life when I always knew of big sci-fi projects that were in the works in terms of movies and TV shows and stuff, because I was reading all about, what was coming, and I don't anymore. And now stuff just drops and it's a pleasant surprise. The only thing I really know about that's, in production that's definitely coming that I'm very excited about is the second Dune movie from Denis Villeneuve. All right. With that, I will sign off and talk to you again pretty soon. Bye.